Hey, what's up, everybody? If I had no gold or silver, this is what I would do. We're going to discuss that in this video. Before we do, though, if you don't mind, please hit the thumbs up button on this video. And after the video is over, let me know in the comment section below your thoughts on everything that I spoke about in this video. But what would I buy if I had to start all over again? If you watching this video right now don't have any gold or silver, or maybe very little gold or silver, these are the steps that I would personally take. Now, none of this is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This is just what I would personally do if I had zero gold, zero silver, or at least very minimal gold or silver. Before even thinking about buying gold or silver, I think there's some very important steps to take first. And number one, first and foremost, is eliminating credit card debt. Credit card debt, in my opinion, and I think most people would agree, is very, very bad. Gold and silver for me is like an alternate savings account. If you need to sell, it's there for you to sell. It's a savings account outside of the banking system. A lot of people may be stacking their gold and silver as like a 401k or like a retirement account. But if we have a lot of credit card debt or a lot of high interest accruing debt, then in my opinion, it makes no sense to save until that debt is eliminated. So number one, in my opinion, is eliminating all credit card debt. Before getting into stacking gold and silver, I would definitely eliminate as much debt as possible, especially credit card debt. For me personally, I would like to eliminate as much debt as possible. After all the bad debt, so to speak, is eliminated, then I want to have a safety net of cash. Cash buys our essentials, and in my opinion, I view cash as being an essential because it buys everything that we need. Cash buys our food, cash keeps the lights on in our houses, cash keeps the electricity running in our houses. Cash is very essential, and we need that. And also, if we have enough cash in reserves, then we don't have to sell gold and silver. Gold and silver is there to sell if we need to in case of unemployment or maybe even a costly, unexpected bill. If something were to come up and I needed to sell the gold and silver, I definitely would, but I don't want to put myself in that position. Next, I would want to know what would be the best method for myself to sell. Everybody is different. Everybody is in a different position. Everybody's in a different state, a different city. Different people have different situations. Some people have a local coin shop where they can just drive just a couple of miles and sell gold and silver. Some people have local coin shops that only buy certain things. Some local coin shops may not want to buy silver. Some local coin shops may only want to buy certain types of silver. Some local coin shops are only into numismatics, and some local coin shops do not get into modern bullion or modern collectibles. So in my opinion, before even buying your first ounce of silver or gold, is to know if you needed to sell, what would be the best method to sell? Is there a local coin shop in the area? If there is a local coin shop in the area, what does that local coin shop like to buy? Next, if there's not a local coin shop, how would you sell? What would that exit strategy be? Would it be on eBay? If it was on eBay, we got to consider the fees that eBay charges. eBay, I do believe, charges between 12 and 13% if you do not have a store. If you do have a store, I believe there's either a monthly or an annual fee. In my opinion, it's very important to think about the methods in which you would sell before buying too much gold and silver. It is definitely much easier to make a purchase than it is for a lot of people to sell. I would even try to sell something at first before buying a lot of gold and silver. Just buy a little bit of gold and silver, whatever it is you believe for yourself is the best gold and silver to buy, and then try to sell an ounce of silver and see how easy or difficult it may be for you to sell. I think it's also very important to do a lot of research to know when is the best times to buy. In my opinion, it's not always a great time to buy. Know what the trends are, know what the different market conditions are for gold and silver, and what the different economic situations could be that would cause gold and silver to spike or for gold and silver to come back down. What different situations causes premiums to go up and premiums to come down. I believe it's very important, in my opinion, to do a lot of this research before buying much gold and silver. Before buying a lot of gold and silver, I would also be thinking about storage. It's a lot easier to store gold because it takes up less space. You can put a lot more money into gold and put it into a much smaller area than you can silver. Silver takes up more room. Very important, in my opinion, to think about storage and how to keep your gold and silver well protected. So now that we're done talking about all the boring stuff that probably very few people actually care about, what would I personally buy if I had very little to no gold and silver? For me personally, I would be focused on stacking. If we're just stacking for weight, I would be stacking mostly gold, rather it be in the 1 ounce sizes or in the fractional sizes. Would you buy 1 ounce gold or would you buy fractional? I think they all have their benefits. Fractional gold has much higher premiums, but when it comes time to sell, it may be easier to sell a 1/10 ounce of gold or a 1/4 ounce of gold versus selling a 1 ounce gold coin. So after doing all the research and knowing what is the best method for you to sell, if you're selling peer-to-peer, it may be easier for you to recoup your money and sell quicker if you're selling a 1/10 ounce of gold or a fractional gold coin than it would be to sell a 1 ounce gold coin. So which way would you purchase that gold? For me, I like to have an assortment of gold, rather it be a fractional gold or 1 ounce gold. I view 1/4 ounce gold, rather it be American Gold Eagles or something else. I personally prefer American Gold Eagles, but I look at American Gold Eagles, for me, in my position, as being that sweet spot. 1/4 ounce gold is kind of in that in-between when it comes to high premiums and when it comes to being easy to liquidate. You can find a lot more buyers if you're selling a 1/10 ounce gold, in my opinion, than a 1/4 ounce, a 1/2 ounce, or a 1 ounce. But for me personally, I like to go with the 1/4 ounce gold and the 1 ounce gold coins, but I can completely understand people who prefer to go with the 1/10 ounce gold, even though it does have a higher premium. But for some people, it may be easier when it comes time to sell that 1/10 ounce versus selling the 1/4 ounce or higher denomination gold. But when it comes to stacking, you kind of have to weigh the pros and the cons of stacking gold versus stacking silver. I do like to buy some silver, but for me, I like to stack more gold. I believe it's the better metal, in my opinion, to buy. Sometimes it may be a better option to buy silver, but in general, I believe for me, it's a better option to go with more gold and stay a little bit lighter in silver. It's easier for storage. And I believe, in my opinion, it's just flat out the better metal to stack. But everybody believes different things. You may think silver is way undervalued. You may think gold is way undervalued. That's for every individual to figure out which way is better, which is the better metal to stack. Which one do you prefer? Do you want to have a 50-50 ratio? What is your personal gold to silver ratio? Do you want to be heavier in gold or do you want to be heavier in silver? And we also, again, have to consider what is the best way to store your gold and silver. For some people, you may not have a good way to store 2,000 ounces of silver, but you can store, definitely, you can put that money and store gold much, much easier. And then which one would be easier for you to sell when it comes to exit strategy. Before I make any purchase, I'm always considering how difficult or easy would it be to sell if I needed to. I appreciate everybody for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I appreciate everybody. Please smash that thumbs up button, like, comment, subscribe, share, and I'll talk to everybody on my next video. Thanks a lot, everyone.